We'll start in the back with Carthy. Yeah.
Coach, how did you find out that you were promoted, and what does it mean to you?
I think it means the world to me. Obviously, been in the building since Coach Heupel got here, and found out kind of officially Thursday morning. Knew that there were still some steps to work through, and by Friday morning it was a done deal.
Jimmy?
Coach, you've got a tight end coming into the transfer portal, and I wonder when you're looking for tight ends, how important is it to find somebody that is just as good at blocking as he is pass catching?
Yeah, I think with what we do, obviously we don't sub a whole lot, so got to be able to do a bunch of different roles. Got to be a threat in the passing game. Got to get you off the field on third downs. Got to be able to run block with you. Obviously, I think guy that can do all of it. Callie is a guy that can do all those things, and we're really excited he's here.
Vince?
Coach Halsley mentioned that kind of one of your strengths is the run game, and the run game had your handprints all over it. Can you talk about your philosophy and then also how you sort of developed your strength in that area?
Yeah, well, I think how I got developed starts with really Coach Hype. Just whole program belief for coaches that you're in here for a reason. If you've got an idea, if you've got a way we can do things better, I don't care if you're a GA, I don't care if you're a student assistant, I want your input. And as a group, there's no ego. We want to try and find the best solution to do everything. I think growing up in a program and a coaching staff like that is what's allowed me to kind of have the success that I've had. As far as philosophy, shoot, not much going to change. We're going to play fast, run the ball downhill, be physical, finish. All those things are going to stay the same.
Adam and Reese.
Back to your days in Missouri, when you were under Coach Heupel, did you recognize then this is a guy that I probably want to link myself to for quite a while, or did your connection just sort of come by chance? Did you see it back then?
I've told recruits this, and I've told guys on radio this as well, but do vividly remember being 20 years old and him walking in that team room for the first time and thinking, this dude is different, this dude is a winner. I think at that point we were as bad as it gets offensively, 125 out of 128, and very first question he asked me is how much you weigh. And it wasn't enough, and there was a belief and an expectation of just because this is how things have been doesn't mean that that's how things are going to be, and that we've got what it takes to be successful, but it'll take everything you got. To me, right away, as I knew as a young coach, had an opportunity to stay at my alma mater for 1 year as a GA. Ultimately, was really easy to go down to Central Florida just because knew that that's who I wanted to be with, who I wanted to grow from.
Reese and Paige.
Coach, since you've been promoted, obviously you knew Jacob Warren was returning into your role, helping you out. How much does it help to have a guy with so much experience in your position group?
Oh, can't say enough about Jay, and honestly, he's going to be more of a collaborator than a student in a lot of ways. He's got a ton of input, super smart, does everything the right way. Really grateful he came back, and excited to see him take steps this year.
The tight end position was quite exciting last year, especially when you look at guys like Princeton Fant, going off of Reese's question, with Jacob Warren coming back. How excited are you to work with a group that does have some versatile talents in the catching and the maybe passing, for some of them in the blocking, just be able to kind of take that to the next level?
Yeah, it makes my job easy when you got guys that can do it all. And to be honest with you, we need to give them the ball more and find more ways to get the ball in their hands. I know Princeton obviously gave you some things that were really unique, and I think we'll continue to see more of that as we go forward.
Brent, then Carthy.
Coach Edwin, Coach Halsley called you a good teacher, not just a guy who knows the scheme and knows what, but he calls you a good teacher. Why do you think you're an effective teacher? Where does that come from?
Well, one, I've been taught by good teachers. I think, Glenn Ellerby was my position coach 2 years in college. That's definitely a huge part of it. I think for guys, I love seeing how different guys learn. I mean, we'll hit auditory, we'll hit visual, all the, bullet points of it. But at the end of the day, it comes down to knowing the why and making the why make sense for a guy. We play so fast that you're not always going to have somebody tell you exactly what to do. And being able to understand what we're trying to do big picture really allows you to problem solve out there to me, that's what really fires me up, especially this time of year with mid-years with young guys where it's their first time getting real football. The whys, the bullets, the fireworks and all the light bulbs go off. It's really exciting.
Coach Pope made that transition from offensive analyst to position coach. Have you talked to him any about that transition?
Yes, a lot. Coach Pope's a great football coach. He's a good friend. He's helped me a ton through the first week, and definitely a guy I'll be leaning on, not just this year, but really through my whole career.
Vince?
What do you guys get in freshman Ethan Davis?
Man, one, I love Ethan. Like, get a guy that athletically is a mismatch for people. Think he allows us to do exactly what we want to do in terms of playing really fast, in terms of playing physical, in terms of being a mismatch in space, but also being able to stick your face in it and go get after some people.
Adam?
With you and Kelsey both, as promotions from within, Coach Heupel could have done a lot of outside the program and got guys with a whole lot more experience. What's the message to you guys when you're getting promoted within as opposed to him going outside? What message is he giving you?
To me, it gives me confidence. It's something that obviously there's a lot of people that would like to be standing here right now. Obviously, there's a lot of people that are qualified to be standing here right now. To me, it's just a belief that I'm the right guy for a reason, and that there's a lot of reasons why you could say, go out of house or go do something else. But end of the day, betting on me as a person and knowing that, we're going to continue to have success.
Ryan?
Like, obviously, one of the new sides to the job for you, I guess, would be the recruiting side, being out on the road as opposed to just kind of handling that from on campus. How do you look at that challenge? Is it anything different in your mind, or what would be the biggest adjustment?
Yeah, being out on the road is really the biggest difference. I guess the way that recruiting rules have been the last couple of years are able to be super involved. Like right now, we're dead. So for me, it's really not a whole lot different than what it's been the last February's, where you're still trying to get guys on the phone and still talking and building relationships that way. But I am really excited to go on the road, get to meet high school coaches, get to sit down in some living rooms and be on that end of it for sure.
Back to Adam.
You feel like there's anything proprietary about this program and this offense? Something, there's a secret here that Coach Heupel doesn't want to let out, and that he does keep it in-house with you guys?
I don't know if it's necessarily a secret, but what we do works, and I think that's definitely part of the success. But I think at the end of the day, it comes down to the guys being able to execute it, the guys being able to do it. There's no magic play. It's really what those guys are able to do on Saturday.
All right. Anything else? Great. Thank you.
Thanks, guys.
Thanks, guys.